All right, welcome back, Jennifer. So last we were talking about was the PlayStation era. That was Lunar Silver Star Story Complete and Lunar 2 Eternal Blue on the PlayStation 1. Let's rewind a little bit and talk about another PlayStation 1 release that you were part of. That was actually about half a year, give or take, before Lunar 2 Eternal Blue. And this was a PlayStation game called Vanguard Bandits. And if you have it, keep a hold of it. I think it's worth money now. Could you tell us a little bit about your role? There was a song in it. Did you do voice acting as well?
I don't think I voiced anything in Vanguard Bandits. I think I just sang the song. I think it's Believe My Heart, which was kind of like a upbeat song.
To be free, how much anguish will you have to bear? Sword in hands, we're on the dead. Vengeance is soon to come.
Fun experience, good experience. The funny thing actually with Vanguard Bandits, this particular song, kind of at the end of one night, I think it was probably the end of when we were finished recording, we decided to do a parody. And hopefully there are some people watching that are out there laughing right now because they've heard it and it's pretty foul. I have a foul sense of humor. But the parody, from what I understand, you have to, what is it called in games when you have to do like a trick level and do it one way and the other way to actually unlock something that you didn't even know existed in a game?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I'm sure
Was
some people are screaming the answer at us, but
I
it's slipping my mind too.
I'm sorry, I don't play games a lot, but I will always voice them for you. I am your voice. Thank you. Um, but the parody, it's on YouTube if you want to hear it. It was funny because we were running out of time that night, and either Victor or Bill was our sound engineer. Somebody said, we're going to do it. We're doing it in one take, just one take, no stops, because typically with a song, it's take after take after take after, I mean, hours and hours or days or longer sometimes, depending on the song. This parody was done in one take. I'm not going to talk much about that, I guess, but the parody, Believe My Heart from Vanguard Bandits, it's there.
I think in the description below, we're going to put a link to it. So to whoever uploaded it to make it easy for everyone, because I haven't even heard it yet either. So
like we were just ridiculous. We kind of ping ponged off each other for the lyrics and made something totally ridiculous. Victor and Bill are back behind, in the sound booth, just cracking up while I'm trying to do just one take. So yeah, a little fun fact, that whole thing was one take. Any mess ups, it's all there.
all right. Well, thanks for sharing that little bit of history for us. Because
Yeah.
most people are now you tainted most people's perception of you from the Winds Nocturne song, the boat song from Lunar. Now they get to see this side of you. So we'll be happy to show that off. Anyway, let's go on to I think after the PlayStation era, was there like a bit of a gap between singing? Did you do anything between working designs and the last Lunar game that was released, like Lunar Silver Star Harmony for the PlayStation Portable?
Um, Not video game wise. I mean, weddings, funerals. I have a horrible issue with wanting to start laughing at funerals. I'm not even kidding. It's I don't know what it is. I think I have a problem. All that kind of stuff. Singing at Major League Baseball games, the Star Spangled Banner, just stuff. But not video games until I found Xseed in 2010.
Did they approach you or did you approach them? How did that go about?
Somehow I heard, and I don't remember because the internet obviously it wasn't at all what it is now. But somehow I found out that these folks were making another Lunar or something. I don't know. But I reached out to them and they responded immediately saying, we have been looking all over for you. They had been looking actually for a lot of the voice actors from the Lunar series, and hadn't been able to find anybody. Within less than a week, they brought me to Los Angeles to record that song. I actually have a funny story with this. It wasn't funny at the time, but so the day that I was driving to LA to sing this song, I was a property manager for a 41-story high-rise, and I'm in the restroom and I start choking on something in the air, like particles of something. And I came out, I ran out of the restroom to the girls in the office and I said, through like gasping and choking, I said, can you guys breathe? And they were saying, yeah, we're fine. And I mean, within seconds, they were going, like all of us were choking. And I said, I think we're under attack. We must be under attack. I think somebody put something in our air ducts. And this is all being said through choking. We're all choking. We have tears coming down. We called the ambulance and the fire department. Long story short, one of the gals in the office took something out, like a key ring out of her desk. And on that was like pepper spray or mace. And she didn't think anything of it. She says to this day, she's one of my dearest friends now. She says, I did not push, I didn't mess with it, but something had to have happened with that mace because we were all choking to death, not having any clue what was going on. That stays in your throat and in your system for a while. I bet you, of all people, know about that.
I think when I was doing the police academy, just we had to do it one time, and of course you get all this snot coming out. And the poor chap that was I was supposed to handcuff, it was getting on him, and I was just like, sorry, and he was like, he was a champ about it though. The taser was much worse. So anyway, besides the pepper spray, how did you carry on with going to sing after? I mean, getting all that in your airway and in your eyes and everything, and showing up all just, I guess, with it on your face.
So, I mean, I drove, it was like a 3-hour drive, something like that, from San Diego, which is where I lived at the time, to LA. And I mean, I felt like I was just talking like this. And I mean, the burning in the throat and the chest and in the eyes. I don't even know if I told X-Seed about that. Because I don't know. Anyway, that was a while back, but all that to say, I still recorded. You may or may not be able to hear that in that song. I certainly felt every second of it as I was singing, because even blowing out, singing and blowing out the hot air was just burning. I mean, the whole experience was just like I was on fire.
Any of you want to hear Jennifer sing after being pepper sprayed indirectly? We'll put a link in the bottom in the description, and you can have a go listening to it.
I do know, though, actually, and my voice as I age is getting lower anyway. But they had to lower the track a little bit for me to be able to sing it, because I wasn't able to like belt out those high notes. And that was totally because of like the fibers. I mean, it's like fiber in your throat and in my chest and lungs.
Casting off from an unknown land, sailing out across the foam, wishing on a dream that seems far off, hoping it will come today.
Yeah, and that goes on to our next thing. We're doing Godshard Chronicles together. Jennifer's you're doing the voice for Sylvana. So you're doing Sylvana, and you're singing about at least two tracks for us. So one's going to be by Iwadare-san, and this is subject to change, but the next one is possibly going to be with composer Kumi Tanioka, who's also done Final Fantasy XI and Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, and she has she's done vocal tracks before. So and she also knows who you are, because when I mentioned you, she mentioned the singer from the American Lunar version. So I guess she knew you from Iwadare-san. They're really good friends. Like
I'm so excited. I'm excited for all of it.
Anyway, we'll wrap it up here. Stay tuned, keep up to date, subscribe, and we will talk to you later. All right?
Thank you so much for this interview. It's been a pleasure.